Hollywood is buzzing, and fans are still struggling to process what they believe they are seeing unfold in real time. A marriage that once symbolized stability, loyalty, and love has reportedly collapsed in a way no one expected. Kandi Burruss and Todd Tucker, a couple admired by millions, are now at the center of a deeply unsettling scandal that has left fans shocked, confused, and emotionally invested. According to explosive reports brought forward by controversial media personality Tasha K, the cracks in their relationship were not just about normal marital issues or drifting apart, but about secrets, alleged emotional betrayals, and hidden dynamics that may have been brewing behind the scenes for years. What makes this story so disturbing to many fans is not just the divorce itself, but the individuals involved and the alleged circumstances surrounding it. When trust is broken in a family, especially one that has lived much of its life in the public eye, the fallout can be devastating, and that is exactly what many believe has happened here. Kandi Burruss is not just another reality TV star, she is a household name with decades of success behind her. From her early days as a member of the legendary R&B group Escape to becoming one of the most respected and longest-standing cast members on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kandi has built a brand rooted in independence, resilience, and authenticity. Fans admired her work ethic, her business ventures, and most importantly, her dedication to her family. On screen, she often appeared as the voice of reason, someone who valued honesty, loyalty, and emotional strength. She spoke openly about motherhood, relationships, and the challenges of balancing fame with real life. Over the years, many viewers felt connected to Kandi because she seemed genuine, someone who showed both her wins and her vulnerabilities without pretending to be perfect. Todd Tucker entered Kandi's life not just as a romantic partner, but as someone who appeared to understand the entertainment industry and the pressures that came with it. Known for his work as a producer and his involvement behind the scenes on reality television, Todd was portrayed as supportive, grounded, and committed to building a future with Kandi. Together, they presented what many fans believed to be a modern power couple. They attended red carpet events hand in hand, shared family vacations on social media, celebrated birthdays and milestones together, and spoke publicly about love, trust, and teamwork. Their relationship was often highlighted as an example of how blended families could work, especially in the spotlight. Kandi frequently posted heartfelt messages praising Todd as a husband and father figure, reinforcing the image of a happy and united household. But, according to insiders and reports later shared by Tasha K, the polished image fans saw online and on television may not have reflected the reality behind closed doors. Rumors began quietly, almost imperceptibly at first. Small moments that viewers might normally dismiss as harmless suddenly seemed questionable in hindsight. Allegedly, tensions within the household started growing long before any public announcement of marital trouble. Sources claim that arguments became more frequent, communication between Kandi and Todd became strained, and emotional distance slowly replaced the closeness they once shared. What initially looked like typical marital stress reportedly escalated into something far more complicated and painful. Central to the controversy is Kandi's daughter, Riley Burruss. Riley had grown up in the public eye, appearing on The Real Housewives of Atlanta and sharing moments of her life on social media. Fans watched her mature from a child into a young adult, often praising Kandi for how she raised her. Riley's relationship with Todd was publicly framed as that of a normal stepfather and stepdaughter. They appeared close, supportive, and comfortable around one another, which many viewers saw as a positive sign of a healthy blended family. However, according to allegations later reported, that closeness allegedly began to raise concerns. Insiders claimed that over time, the bond between Kandi and Todd became uncomfortably intimate on an emotional level, crossing boundaries that left Kandi feeling uneasy. At first, these concerns were reportedly dismissed or explained away. Blended families can have complex dynamics, and emotional closeness does not automatically signal wrongdoing. Fans, too, were hesitant to jump to conclusions, often defending the family against speculation. But according to sources cited by Tasha K, things reportedly took a darker turn when private messages, unexplained communications, and secretive behavior came to light. Kandi allegedly noticed subtle but troubling signs: phone calls that stopped abruptly, messages that were hidden or deleted, and interactions that felt different from what she had known before. What made the situation even more painful, according to insiders, was the realization that the people she trusted most may have been keeping secrets from her. As speculation grew, social media users began paying closer attention. Old posts were revisited, comments were dissected, and stories that had once seemed innocent were now viewed through a different lens. Fans pointed out cryptic captions, deleted Instagram stories, and moments where the family's online behavior didn't seem to align with the image they were presenting. On Twitter and Instagram, conversations intensified, with users debating whether the situation was being exaggerated or whether something truly disturbing was unfolding. Hashtags began trending, and gossip blogs picked up the story, further amplifying public curiosity and concern. It was at this point that Tasha K reportedly released what many described as a bombshell report. Known for her willingness to tackle controversial topics, Tasha K claimed to have uncovered evidence that suggested emotional betrayal, secret communications, and manipulation within the household. According to her reporting, Kandi discovered messages that left her devastated, messages that allegedly revealed a level of emotional closeness and secrecy that she found deeply disturbing. Sources described Kandi as heartbroken and emotionally shattered, struggling to reconcile the man she married with the reality she was now facing. The betrayal, as described by insiders, wasn't just about broken trust between spouses, but about the violation of family boundaries that Kandi held sacred. Public reaction was swift and intense. Fans flooded comment sections expressing shock, disbelief, and anger. Many voiced support for Kandi, praising her strength and expressing sympathy for what she was reportedly enduring. Others debated the fairness of the allegations, questioning whether speculation and media coverage were unfairly harming Riley, who many felt was being placed in an impossible position. The discourse online became heated, with opinions divided and emotions running high. Some viewers argued that Todd should be held fully accountable as the adult in the situation, while others urged caution, emphasizing that allegations are not proof. Behind the scenes, according to reports, Kandi confronted Todd multiple times. These confrontations were described as emotionally charged and deeply painful. Allegedly, some exchanges involved gaslighting and manipulation, leaving Kandi questioning her own perceptions and feelings. Despite the turmoil, Todd reportedly continued to maintain a positive public image, attending events, posting supportive messages, and appearing alongside Kandi as though everything was normal. This contrast between public appearances and private reality reportedly added another layer of emotional strain for Kandi, who was trying to protect her children while grappling with betrayal. According to insiders, the situation reached a breaking point when Kandi allegedly discovered additional communications that reinforced her fears. These revelations were reportedly the final straw, leading her to make the difficult decision to end the marriage. What followed was not just a divorce, but a complete unraveling of a family dynamic that fans had watched for years. Legal proceedings were described as emotionally intense, with custody arrangements and family boundaries becoming sensitive topics. While public statements remained polite and controlled, sources claimed that behind closed doors, the process was filled with pain, anger, and unresolved emotions. The fallout did not end with the divorce. Friends and associates reportedly distanced themselves, unsure how to navigate the situation or where their loyalties should lie. Family gatherings allegedly became tense, marked by silence and unspoken discomfort. Kandi reportedly focused on rebuilding her life, prioritizing her children's emotional well-being and protecting her peace. Todd, meanwhile, faced growing scrutiny over his behavior and role in the alleged betrayal. Riley, caught in the middle of the storm, reportedly struggled with public attention and judgment while adjusting to a dramatically changed family reality. However, the moment that truly ignited public reaction when Tasha K challenged how the divorce was being discussed in mainstream coverage. She suggested that key statements attributed to Kandi may have been misunderstood or softened, arguing that the real issue was not that Todd was allegedly courting women behind Kandi's back, but that he was allegedly doing so without her involvement. That distinction, according to Tasha K, opens the door to a much larger conversation about the nature of the marriage, consent, insecurity, and power dynamics. She went further, implying that Kandi may have unintentionally revealed deeper truths during interviews, truths that, when examined closely, painted a far more troubling picture of what was happening behind closed doors. As the conversation deepened, Tasha K introduced allegations that would shift the entire narrative into deeply uncomfortable territory. According to her reporting and unnamed sources, the most disturbing element of the story involves Kandi's daughter, Riley Burruss. Riley, who grew up in the public eye, had always been portrayed as a young woman navigating life within a blended family, with Todd presented publicly as a supportive stepfather figure. However, sources cited by Tasha K allege that what began as normal family bonding may have evolved into an emotionally charged closeness that crossed appropriate boundaries. These allegations suggest a situation that became increasingly secretive, confusing, and emotionally volatile over time. It is critical to emphasize that these claims remain allegations, but their emotional weight has nonetheless shaken audiences. According to insiders, Todd allegedly began showing an unusual level of attention toward Riley, while Riley herself may have been emotionally confused and seeking validation in ways that alarmed those closest to the family. Tasha K's reporting suggests that the issue was not necessarily physical, but emotional, an erosion of boundaries that should never blur between a parental figure and a child within the household. Even the suggestion of such a dynamic has been enough to leave fans deeply unsettled and questioning how such a situation could develop unnoticed for so long. Imagine for a moment the devastation of a parent discovering evidence that suggests secret communication and emotional intimacy between a spouse and a child. According to the narrative presented by Tasha K, Kandi allegedly uncovered text messages, private conversations, and interactions that fundamentally altered her understanding of her family. Sources claim that these messages revealed a level of secrecy that could not be explained away as innocent misunderstanding. For Kandi, according to insiders, the pain was multi-layered: betrayal by a partner, fear for her child, and the horrifying realization that her household may have been quietly unraveling while she believed she was protecting it. The alleged betrayal was not described as singular or sudden, but as something that built slowly over time. Insiders claim that there were subtle warning signs, changes in behavior, unusual defensiveness, moments of discomfort that Kandi initially may have dismissed in order to preserve peace and stability. This gradual erosion of trust is what reportedly made the discovery so devastating. According to sources, Kandi was not only heartbroken but enraged, forced to confront a situation that challenged her identity as a mother, a wife, and a protector of her family. The emotional toll, they say, was immediate and overwhelming. Tasha K's reporting describes what she calls a twisted web of secrecy, in which public appearances and social media posts masked a household filled with tension and unspoken conflict. While fans continued to see smiling family photos and supportive captions online, insiders allege that behind closed doors, emotions were spiraling out of control. The contrast between public perception and private reality is what has made this story resonate so deeply with audiences. It serves as a chilling reminder that curated images can hide profound pain, and that even families who appear open and authentic can be struggling with unimaginable internal conflict. According to sources close to the situation, Kandi acted decisively once she felt she had clarity. Allegedly, she separated Riley from Todd and began the process of ending the marriage. This decision, insiders say, was not made lightly. Kandi wrestled with disbelief, guilt, and grief, questioning how things could have gone so wrong under her own roof. Friends allegedly described her as emotionally shattered, experiencing sleepless nights, anxiety, and a profound sense of loss. loss, not just of a marriage, but of the life she believed she was living. Riley, meanwhile, is described by sources as being caught in an emotional storm she may not have fully understood. A tennis bracelet from a male friend. He questioned what she did to, but by confusion, emotional vulnerability, and a lack of appropriate guidance within a complicated family dynamic. The public reaction, however, has been unforgiving. Social media commentary has ranged from sympathy to harsh judgment, placing Riley in an incredibly vulnerable position as a young woman navigating intense scrutiny and alleged guilt. If the claims are true, the emotional consequences for her could be long-lasting. Todd Tucker's role in the allegations has drawn particularly intense criticism. Regardless of intent, insiders argue that as the adult and parental figure, he bore the responsibility of maintaining firm boundaries. Tasha K's reporting suggests that his failure to do so, if accurate, was a critical factor in the collapse of the marriage. Sources claim Todd has faced significant emotional fallout, public scrutiny, and damage to his reputation, with many questioning his judgment and accountability. The situation, as alleged, presents a sobering conversation about power, responsibility, and the obligations adults have to protect children from emotional harm. As Tasha K continued to discuss the story publicly, the reaction intensified. Fans flooded comment sections with disbelief, anger, and heartbreak. Some expressed unwavering support for Kandi, praising her strength and decisiveness in allegedly protecting her child. Others urged caution, reminding audiences that allegations are not proof and that speculation can cause irreparable harm. Still, the story took on a life of its own, becoming one of the most debated and emotionally charged celebrity narratives in recent memory. The aftermath of the divorce filing, according to insiders, has been anything but quiet. Sources describe strained family relationships, fractured trust, and lingering emotional wounds that have yet to heal. Kandi reportedly focused on rebuilding stability and shielding her children from further trauma, while navigating the relentless pressure of public scrutiny. Riley allegedly struggled with isolation, shame, and confusion, while Todd faced ongoing questions about his role in the alleged breakdown of the family. Every interaction, insiders say, has been colored by the weight of what was uncovered. What makes this story particularly haunting is that it forces uncomfortable conversations about family dynamics, emotional boundaries, and the hidden vulnerabilities that can exist even in seemingly strong households. If the allegations hold any truth, this was not simply a marriage ending, it was a systemic breakdown of trust that rippled outward, affecting every relationship connected to it. Tasha K's reporting, controversial as it may be, has compelled audiences to confront these issues head-on, challenging the belief that fame or openness can protect families from deeply human struggles. The public fascination with this story does not appear to be fading. Each new discussion, reaction video, or social media thread adds another layer of speculation and emotional investment. Fans continue to analyze past episodes, interviews, and posts. The aftermath of the divorce filing, according to insiders, has been anything but quiet. Sources describe strained family relationships, fractured trust, and lingering emotional wounds that have yet to heal. Kandi reportedly focused on rebuilding stability and shielding her children from further trauma, while navigating the relentless pressure of public scrutiny. Riley allegedly struggled with isolation, shame, and confusion, while Todd faced ongoing questions about his role in the alleged breakdown of the family. Every interaction, insiders say, has been colored by the weight of what was uncovered. What makes this story particularly haunting is that it forces uncomfortable conversations about family dynamics, emotional boundaries, and the hidden vulnerabilities that can exist even in seemingly strong households. If the allegations hold any truth, this was not simply a marriage ending, it was a systemic breakdown of trust that rippled outward, affecting every relationship connected to it. Tasha K's reporting, controversial as it may be, has compelled audiences to confront these issues head-on, challenging the belief that fame or openness can protect families from deeply human struggles. The public fascination with this story does not appear to be fading. Each new discussion, reaction video, or social media thread adds another layer of speculation and emotional investment. Fans continue to analyze past episodes, interviews, and posts, searching for signs they may have missed. This retroactive scrutiny underscores how thoroughly the narrative has captured public attention and how deeply unsettling the allegations are, even when framed as unproven claims. What makes this story resonate so deeply with audiences is not just the celebrity status of those involved, but the universal themes it touches on: trust, loyalty, and the devastating impact of betrayal. According to reports, the family maintained a carefully curated public image for years, while private tensions simmered beneath the surface. Each smile, each family photo, and each social media post reportedly masked anxiety, heartbreak, and unresolved conflict. The scandal serves as a stark reminder that fame does not protect anyone from emotional pain, and that public admiration often hides private suffering. As the story continues to unfold, questions remain unanswered. Did Todd truly betray Kandi's trust in the ways alleged? Was Riley's role misunderstood or misrepresented by speculation and media coverage? How much of this situation was shaped by secrecy, and how much by public pressure? These questions continue to divide fans and fuel debate across social media platforms. With Tasha K indicating that further investigation and reporting may be forthcoming, many believe that more revelations could surface in the future. Ultimately, the story of Kandi Burruss, Todd Tucker, and Riley Burruss has become one of the most talked about Hollywood scandals in recent memory. It is a cautionary tale about the fragility of relationships under public scrutiny and the emotional cost of hidden truths. For fans who once admired this family as an example of love and unity, the allegations have been deeply unsettling. As viewers continue to watch and speculate, one thing remains clear: this is not just a story about a divorce. It is a story about broken trust, blurred boundaries, and the painful reality that even the most admired families can unravel when secrets come to light. Now we want to hear from you. Do you believe the allegations reflect a deeper betrayal, or do you think the situation has been blown out of proportion by media speculation? Who do you think bears the greatest responsibility in this alleged breakdown? And if you were in Kandi's position, how would you have handled it? Share your thoughts in the comments below, like this video for updates, and subscribe for more deep dives into the most shocking stories in Hollywood. Because if these reports are any indication,